Hello and welcome back to the Little Scale Cars YouTube channel. Today in the review box we have the new Tarmac Works Pagani Zonda R in Bianco Benny, his livery, his color scheme. So let's go ahead and take a closer look and see if this version is worth adding to your collection. Getting started with the casting, we're going to kind of go over this pretty quickly since it is a casting we have reviewed before. If you want a fully detailed version, I'll leave a link to a previous video up in the corner there. But quickly here, we're just going to go over what's plastic and what's not. We have our mirrors here are plastic, our rear wing is plastic, and I believe this piece up here, the roof scoop, possibly is plastic. I'm not 100% sure of that though. Into our back section, all this detailed in area, this insert here is plastic. Up front, this is all metal. There's no detailing inside there on this release either. Our headlights are casted in. They look better than they did on the Cinque. But just really quickly, our windshield's obviously plastic and the interior bits are plastic. But just a quick overview of our casting. For our paint and deco, this is where we actually have some differences between our previous releases. And as you can see, we've got this kind of classic white that is pretty much a signature for all the Bianco Benny models, and it looks good. It is different for a Zonda, looks nice. What we have is we have our orange and yellow kind of striping down the center. We have our Pagani logo up there in the tricolore, and then going down the sides here, we also have some tricolore-esque colors going down for the Italian flag. And, I mean, all together, it comes together really nicely. It does look good, looks clean, looks fast. It's a really just good combination for this car. It fits it quite well. For our details, again, this is something we have gone over. There's nothing drastic that outside the paint and deco that we haven't gone over. So we'll just quickly go over our headlights casted in and painted on. Intakes here and whole section here doesn't really have much detailing happening. We've got our gold wheels on the side. We've got all these little tiny detailed pieces that look good. Even the silver on these little intakes back here looks great. We've got our Horatio Pagani logo tattooed on there. Coming to the back, we've got our Zonda R. We do have meshing in this in this part here. Our diffuser looks nice. And then our exhaust and interior engine bits all look really good. This being a Global 64 model from Tarmac Works, it does roll. It rolls pretty smoothly, but not the best. For our pros and cons section, so our biggest pro here is just going to be the level of detailing, and this deco I just think works really nicely with the Zonda R. I think this one kind of gets slept on as far as some of the decos that are out there. Especially compared to the Bianco Benny Zonda Revolution, but I just think it's simple and it works really nicely. The biggest con for this release is, unfortunately, it appears that QC issues rear their ugly head at Tarmac once again. If you look closely, everything looks fine and dandy, right? Until you flip it over and you see that there is a huge separation between the main base piece and kind of this side skirt on this side here. That's not like this on any of my other Zonda Rs from Tarmac. While it's not hugely distracting, it is noticeable that it sticks out from certain angles. So it's not the worst thing, but that's just a really weird QC issue to have happen, is something that drastically bent out. For some quick size comparisons, here we have their Tarmac Zonda R with the Mini GT Zonda F and the Tarmac Works Zonda Cinque. And for some size comparisons for other supercars you might have, here we have it next to the Mini GT Bugatti Chiron Pure Sport and the Hot Wheels McLaren Senna. So with that, it is now time to give my final thoughts. So we already know I'm a big fan of the casting, and even with the slight QC issue that this particular one has, it's not horrendously noticeable, especially if you keep it on one particular side. So with that all factored in, I think I'm still going to give this one a 9.5 out of 10. I still really like it, and like I've pointed out earlier, the deco really works for it. It just looks sharp, it looks clean, it looks cool. I like it. So with that, I think there's a good chance that when you get yours, you won't have this much of a QC issue. You might have a few hiccups. So I see no reason why you should not add this one to your collection. You can get it for about 15 bucks-ish or so, give or take, where you're getting it at, but it's not hugely expensive. The details are good and packed in, and I think it's a really cool livery and something that's going to stand out from your other Zonda Rs on your shelf. So you should definitely add this one to your collection. And that's all I have for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit the like button down below. Leave a comment telling me what your thoughts are on this particular model. And go ahead and subscribe if you are new. And I will see you in the next video.